Morning. Are we all up and awake this morning? Hope you're all looking forward to Wednesday, whoever's on. Peter Cousins, hi. Afternoon. Just. I'll start in a second. I'm just waiting for someone to catch up because she writes the lists. Okay. Hello, guys. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Laura. Hi, Kate. My first reading there will be Peter. I'm just waiting for her to catch up. Hang on 2 secs. Hang on. I am honestly going to do the readings. I'm just waiting for Sheila to catch up because she writes all your names down in order and she can't find me. 2 seconds. Are you all coming to watch us live on Wednesday? Live at 30 East Drive. Tell us where to go. It's going to be scary. I'm looking forward to it, to be fair. It's the home of the poltergeist, the Black Monk of Pontefract. Right, Sheila, I've got Peter, Michelle, Laura, Kate, and then Shona. If I work down the list. So, Peter, hi. I don't think I've read for you before, have I? I may have done. It's no good you answering me because I won't see it. So, Peter. Oh, we got an upside down one here. What's that going on about? So you think you've got your soulmate with you, but there's been issues of late, so you're having to work on stuff. It's kind of like you need to refresh stuff, if that makes sense to you. And you've got gypsy in your family, so you like to change things. So there's gypsy in you somewhere, so you don't like things the same. You like fluidity, you like things to move on. And we've got money being a mess for you a bit. Well, it's not a mess, it's just coming in dribs and drabs. And I've got that you're actually all right, to be fair, where you are right now. I see you've got a youngster who is over 20 around you, who's very, very clever, all right, very with it, all right. And I see that you're worried about them at the moment because they don't have to work for anything, and there's lots of bickering around and people bashing their heads together and craziness. You're aware of spirits around you, Peter. You must see something out the corner of your eye, because I'm getting that coming through repeatedly. But I'm also seeing that you've learned to deal with your problems and kind of own them as you go along, and you've done that on your own, and that took time to sort out for you, all right? So you are definitely aware of spirit, right? You've got an older man around you in spirit, okay? I don't know if he's your father, but he comes to you with an awful lot of love, and he's got his hand on your shoulder, he's telling me, and he was making me want to cry, because there's so much love and so much hurt with that, all right? And I think that you need to know he's there, all right? Okay, if he's not a father, he's a grandfather, but he would have carried a father role for you somewhere in your life, all right, Peter? And I see that you've got a moving on, so it's time for you to move on. You have to, it can be moving house, to be fair, but what it says is that you need to leave everyone else's problems behind in the past to be able to get a new beginning that you're obviously going towards. So that's good, and you've been through the worst is over, and the best is yet to come, all right, Peter? So believe that it's time for your new beginning, because you're going to get it. The new beginning, that is, not it. Right. And in terms of your angel cards, I have Bethany. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. So look after yourself, Peter. That's the important one there. I hope that makes sense to you, my darling. Next one I've got up is Michelle Wadey. Okay, I'll just do these for you, Sheila, and then I'll go with yours. Michelle, you're making out you're strong when you don't feel it. You're checking your bank all the time. You're always on your phone or whatever, on your app, checking it, or on the computer. There's something going on there that you feel that you've got to keep an eye on it for some reason, all right? Something's bothering you. You're worried about your mum. There's a health thing that you're worried about. I wouldn't worry too much. I think she's going to be fine. And I see that you've got temptation to change things at the moment. So you are I know this anyway, so I feel like a bit of a fraud, but you're at a junction in your life where you've got the choices. Choices are yours. You have those choices, and you need to decide what you want to do. But you're kind of making out you're strong with it. You make it, but you're really not, and you're struggling with making that decision because it's massive. And your fella's been quite critical just recently. I don't know if it's just unfortunately the way he says things sometimes, and you can take it the wrong way. And as I say, there is a pregnancy around you, which we know of. I think we've had that before. That's not going away. But you are definitely at the sun, the beginning, the happy times. Everything's working that way, all right? So you're going the right way. So continue with it, all right, Misha? But you need to make your mind up what you can do, because there's definitely moving cars. So one way or the other, there's going to be a moving, whether it's moving house or moving on a situation, but you have to leave the past behind. This is a warning card, and it says that you have to leave the past behind to really get the new beginning that you want and what you need as a family. Okay, and I see that one of your nippers or someone around you, it doesn't have to be one of yours, someone around you rushes into things without thinking, and you're really worried about them. And as much as you want them to get on with their own thing, they would benefit from some counselling. Actually, it wouldn't do any harm for them to have some counselling. So I don't know if that's something you could possibly suggest potentially. But yeah, bear that in mind. And I see that you blame yourself for stuff when it's not your fault. But karma's a bitch, and karma's going to be served on the person who's been causing the trouble. And you are with your soulmate, all right, which we know. We kind of know that. And sometimes he's critical, but he doesn't mean it. It's one of those things. It's not meant in the malicious way. It's just the way he says things sometimes. They're a bit arse about face. For an angel card for you, I have a Stara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise, okay, darling? That's something you need to know, okay? So go with your gut. Go with what you think. You're going to be fine. All right, Laura Ellen Ormston. Hello, Laura. I don't know if I've read for you before. Hi, sweetheart. You're a very caring person. So whether you're a mother or whether there's something there that's very caring, so you're nurturing, okay? So if you're not a mother, you should be, because you've got that kind of aura about you. You've got a grandmother comes in directly close to you, but you've also got a little girl. Now the little girl is, I'm not sure if she's sort of your mother's child, I don't know, but it was one that was never born, all right? So it would have been something that happened and was just one of those things. Could even be your twin, to be fair. You've got someone around you, right? There's either a partner or a sibling who is, again, over 20, but gets into trouble a bit because they would have been diagnosed with ADHD probably these days. But they would benefit from some counselling, because things are all up in the air with them, and you never know what they're doing. They've got anger issues, they do stupid stuff, and they just don't think, all right? So that's something you need to deal with. You've got a lot of insecurity in here too, sweetheart, so that's something that we need to look at in the future. And we've got education, training of some description. You're going to do something that's going to help you to earn money, all right? So you're going to learn something, okay? I don't know if I've missed someone, I've got, mine's flown up. I can't see anybody now. Right, we have you being gypsy in your blood as well, Laura. So you don't like things the same. You'll change your furniture around, you'll change the colours in the kitchen, you'll do whatever. And that's the way you are. You're very difficult to pin down. Your fluidity is you. You like to move all the time. You like to keep going. And I see you've got, right, there's two youngsters. One's got very clever, but it could be one and the same. One that's got ADHD, Asperger's on the spectrum, who rushes into things without thinking. Silly child, yeah? Like child of the other one. Remember I told you about the other one? This would be a younger version of, all right? And they worry you, but because they're too clever for their own good. And you're just like, oh, for God's sake. You don't have to concentrate. It's just crazy. I've got the world for you, and I've also got the Wheel of Fortune, sweetheart. So that means that things are changing for you, and they're changing for the better. But you've got to learn your lessons. You have to learn your lessons from the past to be able to move on happily. All right. So go with the flow. You're going to be fine, Laura. For a card for you, I have Bridget. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Right, next I've got Shona, I believe. I hope I haven't missed anyone. If I have, shout, please. We're really busy. We've got over 25 waiting. I will get round to you. It's just going to take a little bit of time, all right? Because obviously I want to give you all just that little insight, okay? So obviously I'm going to try and work through through the list, but yeah, bear with us. It will happen, okay? If you have to leave at any time, we will post this. Okay, it does get posted online. So if you have to bugger off or whatever, you've got something you need to be, then you can come back and watch it at a later time. All right. So Shona, ooh, upside down. Things are upside down at the moment. You don't know whether you're coming, going, been or gone. Okay. Oh, I've got Kate as well. I'll do Kate next. Right. So Shona, you're trying to do things on your own. You're trying to be independent, but you're struggling. You're making out you're strong and you're not. There is definitely a moving card. You are definitely moving on, all right? But you have to kind of, you know, let go of other people's problems to do it, all right? Okay, so I see you trying to deal with your problems on your own. It's a lot of insecurity, a lot of being on your own here, Shona. And Shona, you're not on your own. You've got me for a friend for a start. You know, don't think you're on your own, because you ain't. You know, always talk to us. And I see you enjoy doing what you do, and the Wheel of Fortune's there, and temptation to change things. It's all the same stuff. You know what you're doing. You know where you're going, Shona. You have to believe it, because believe it or not, karma's a bitch, and it's going to come up and bite. All right. So as much as at the moment you're having issues, I know, I think they're going to work out okay. And it doesn't seem like they are now, but they will. All right. And I see that you are your own worst enemy, so you beat yourself up for having problems in the first place, even though you've dealt with them, which is quite a tough place to be. All right. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune's turning. Everything's going to change. You need to learn the lessons to make that change. But also, we've got you worrying what other think of you. I have a saying, chuck it in the fuck it bucket, and that's something you need to do, Shona. It's not their problems. Your problems aren't their problems. All right. Okay. And one more. I see the pregnancy. I see your mum with a sharp tongue, driving you mad at the moment. She's saying some stuff that can be quite critical and taken the wrong way. And I want you to take no notice of it, all right? And you have. Sonia, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I'm happy at peace. I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. I've got your grandfather as well, Shona. I know your granddad, and I know it's him, all right? And I know he's just poked his head in to say hi, and he gives you lots of love, all right? And he says, you know what, that baby's going to be born within the next week or so. Okay, I don't think he's going over. And I said he, so we'll see. Right, Kate Porter. Kate, my lovely. I haven't forgotten you. I did for a minute, but it was only seconds. Right. Kate. Yeah, there's a pregnancy you're going to hear about as well. You've got this deep depression that you've had, and it keeps rearing its head. So it goes and it comes and it goes and it comes, and some days you're down and some days you're good. And I can see that as like a rolling thing, almost like rolling seas. You know what? You just need to focus and look back in the past and see some good rather than all negative, whereas at the moment you're tending to see not so great stuff in the past, and it's quite hard. I see that you're very independent, and I see that you're your own worst critic, so you beat yourself up for the problems even though they're nothing to do with you. And I want to say to you, you know what, let go of that a little bit. You know, you've got a lovely new beginning. I've got you being worried what other people think of you. Again, chuck it in the fuck it bucket. Who gives a shit? They can have whatever opinions they like. They're not living your life, all right? And we all love you. Yeah, there is a little bit of bitching behind your back. I think that's potentially going to be other kids' parents. Take no notice. When it happens, you find out about it. Just ignore it. Treat it with the contempt it deserves, because it isn't going to be anything that's going to give you a day's worry, Kate. I see you actually become me. So the cards you've got is either me in your life, or it's you being me, being the same as me, being quite spiritual and not seeing the good, not looking back and seeing good like I don't. But also I've got people coming to you, and you're kind of like Geneva, you're in the middle. And I want to say to you, you know, sometimes it's okay to say I can listen, but I don't want to pick up that negativity. So I want to tell you to block yourself down, Kate, and make sure that you take care of you, most importantly. Let's get an angel card for you. I am working through the list. Right. Shanti, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Alright, Kate, I hope that makes sense. And that's a long time coming. Right, Ria, hi. Hope you're good. Me and Ria have had lots of conversations this week about numerology and how interesting it is. And she's had quite a few instances where numerology has cropped up, and she's had these sort of 1111s. 44s was a big one, and 4s. Right, so Ria, yeah, you're pretty much like me. You don't see the good in the past. There's a little bit of depression again, as I say, a little bit where you don't see the good things about you and you let things get on top of you. And I see that money's improving for you, so that's good news. So obviously something's going right, but you've got to stop giving. You're so hard on yourself. You know, it's all right sometimes to not be full on, and it's all right sometimes to not, you know, to need a little bit of help sometimes. It's fine. All right, you are learning something. There's something that you're going to learn that's going to help you to earn more money. But I'm also seeing somebody asking you to borrow money, and I'm saying to you, don't accept it. Don't lend them money, because they're better off than they say they are. And if you lend them money, you'll never get it back, which is fine if it's a family member or somebody that you care very deeply for and you're not worried about that. But if it's anyone else, then don't do it. And I see money's there, but it's a bit of a mess. Yeah, you're pretty much, it's staying in. You've got plans and ideas, you've got a soulmate round you, everything's going the right way, darling. I think your business is going to pick up. I really do. I can see that happening. And there is like this sort of 2 ways to go where you don't know which way to go. You've got a parting of the roads. You'll know when you get to it. You have to go with your gut, okay? Trust your gut reaction. That is the main thing that I can tell you to do, is just trust what comes in your mind, Ria. Alright? And that's a lot to do with your mediumship as well. Trust what comes in your head. Right, and we have Archangel Michael. I'm with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Alright, I love Archangel Michael, and it's good to see him around. So that's a positive card, okay? Next I have Sharon Rawding. Hi Sharon, hope you're well. Sharon, you're making out you're strong when you don't feel it, and there's temptation for you to change things. You're at a big crossroads in your life, okay? I can see the temptation to change things. I can see that you've been through the crap and you're coming out the other side, which is great, but there is a massive new beginning, okay? This is something positive, but it's fluid. You've got to keep moving with it, and you've got a tendency to put the brakes on sometimes. You have that, you're going to step off. The whole of the tarot goes on the Fool's journey. So it starts at 0, which is the Fool, and it ends at 21. This is the major arcana. This is stuff you can't change, all right? So you're starting on 0. You're coming up at the top on your beginning of your journey. So you're taking the rebirth step, yeah? So that's a really great new beginning, but you have to trust that you're doing the right thing. I see you make things very hard for yourself. You kind of you it's like you're your own worst critic. You just wind yourself up over stuff, and I want to tell you just to chill out. You've got a youngster around you who's got ADHD, Asperger's type tendencies, who you worry about, okay? They might have some health issues, but don't worry too much. I see everything working out. I can see why the worry's there, but it's not anything that you need to worry about, okay? And I see that you don't trust because you've had your heart broken. So somebody's cheated on you, somebody's done something to create that, to make you that way, and I'm very sorry to hear that. But that then takes you forward, and you struggle with trusting in relationships. I don't just mean with boyfriends, I mean with women as well. You struggle with friends. And you are much more in control of your emotions than you have been for a long time, and that depression has gone back a bit. But it's always there. Again, it's like this, and it's been up and down, all right, recently, for it to be in the cards. Right, Crystal, have faith and hope, because there's something positive in you on the horizon that you can't see. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you, my sweet Sharon. and I'll leave their love with you because you've got your grandmother stood behind you. And there's a younger lady who's just in front of her, so I don't know if she's just passed. But she's also appears to be there for you as well, my sweetheart. All right. I think she possibly would have been like a cancer victim or something like that, because it's that sort of look, or either that or she was immaculate. Okay, so I'll leave them with you. All right. Okay, sweetheart. I've got Princess Tiffany. Hi, we spoke in the week. Hi, Princess Tiffany. You've got somebody around you, whether that's a partner or whether that's a sibling, who is silly, does stupid stuff, gets into trouble and does things that just without thinking. And actually they would benefit from some counselling, probably some anger management, to be fair. So it's a tough place to be. Money's improving for you, so I'm assuming something good's happening. And you've got the death card, which it doesn't mean anyone's going to die. It means you've been through the worst and you're coming out the other side, and that's absolutely there, and it's absolutely singing out to me. So everything's going to be cool. It's just a case of, you know, go with the flow. And I see that you're going to get some people out of your life, right? So there's some people that you need to move out of your life. It's time for them to move out of your life. They've made you more critical than you ever have been on yourself, okay? And it's time for those people to be moved on. It's a positive move. It's going to make life so much easier for you, all right? Yeah, you've got a depression that comes and goes. I've got you worrying about what other people think, Princess Tiffany. I assume it's Tiffany. I've also got you being in control of your money now, much more than you used to be, which is always a positive. That's always a boon. But I've definitely got money improving, so whether that's a new job or what, but you've got OCD. There's OCD there, so you do need to be in control. That's your thing. So it's not just money, it's generally you like to be in control. You're a little bit OCD there. All right, yeah, definitely, because I've got 3 out of 4 control cards in just a few shuffles, and that will prove to me that you have a little bit of OCD. Yeah, there's a child as well, very, very clever around you, or will be. This is under 20, very, very clever, very bright, but they don't think they have to concentrate, so they kind of let their guard down. And it's like you want to shake them and say, for God's sake, you know, you're better than this. But they are, but they'll just do it when they're ready, because they're stubborn. And I have Layla, spend time in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. All right, positivity is going to be the key for you. So let go of negative people. You've got those people coming out your life now, and that's all for the better. They have to do that. That is a natural progression, all right? Don't get upset about it. Let it happen, all right? It'll be fine, okay? I want to say your mum is behind you, but I'm not sure it is, okay? So it could be your mother. It'd be on your mother's side. She's holding a birthday candle. All right. So I'm assuming there's a birthday coming up or something, or either it's her birthday or around her birthday. But she's holding a birthday candle. I've never seen a spirit do that before. So there you go. I'll leave that with you. Right. Now we have Jade Williams. Hi, Jade. I'm getting round to everyone. It's just a work in progress. Jade, you're worried about an older man around you. Don't worry, okay? You're worried about his health. He's going to be okay. It's just a little bit of a blip, all right? So when it happens, don't panic about it, all right? It's not going to be anything to worry about. And I've got you being in the middle of people arguing. It's like there's a group of people, and they're like backstabbing. There's a group of them, and you're sort of in the middle trying to decipher and keep the peace. You're like the great sage in the middle, and it's a tough place to be at times, because you can't do right for doing wrong, if you know what I mean. And I see you've got a soulmate around you, probably on a deeper level than even a relationship. Money's improving for you, okay? Definitely. But you do struggle with trust, okay? So you've had your heart broken, and that means that you've become quite cold to that. But I see you need to write stuff down more often, definitely, because there is a pregnancy. Now whether that's around you or what, I don't know. But if it's you, it's likely to be you. If you don't want any children, I'd be very careful. all right, because it's coming just before I'm getting the one that says you need to write things down. So I don't know if it's your contraceptive or what, I don't know, but it's saying you need to write stuff down, so that's important. Okay, yeah, I see you worrying about an older lady's health. I wouldn't worry. Honestly, there's no problem there. And I see you doing some training, some learning that's going to help you to earn money, all right? So that's happening in the near future as well. And Jade, I've got you more in control of your money, but I've also got a little bit of OCD with you, so it isn't just the money. You're in control generally. You like to be in control. Not as bad as the last person, but it's still there, all right? So you have a little bit of control there that you have to deal with. Alright, see what I've got for you, angel cards. And Jade, I have, which funny enough, I just said, Maya, schooling, study and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So whether you're going to do training, you're going to do something to do with whatever, a learning thing. But it could be learning about life as well. It doesn't have to be something that is going to earn you more money as such, alright? I live that everyone's love with you. I've got a very old gentleman who was very doddery when he died, but he's putting his hand on your shoulder, and you feel cold on your shoulder at night. Don't worry, he's not going to hurt you. He's part of your family, alright? Tasha Hutchins, hi. Tasha, you're right. You're a good mum sort of figure. Whether that means you're a mum or not, I don't know. But it's like you're a nurturer. You like to nurture people. But your mother or mother figure behind you has got a sharp tongue, and she's driving you actually quite mad at times, because she's quite okay. I've got a little boy here who is poking his finger in my ears, make my ear itch. But he does that to you. He makes your ear itch, okay? He's a little bugger, all right? I don't know where he's from. I don't know who he is or what. I don't know, but he's there, all right? Let's see what he comes from. You're aware of spirit around you, so you do see stuff. You might see shadows. You might think you've seen, but your grandmother says you have seen her. You saw her in the chair, all right? And that's something that you have seen in a mirror or in a glass. You saw someone sat in the chair. Yes, you can guarantee that was her, all right? And I've got you've got a youngster around you with a sharp tongue, all right, Tasha? And I see that you're in control of your own problems. And I see money's a bit of a mess, but you're coping, you're getting through, getting by. And you've got the World coming through. The World is the top card, all right? That's the best card in the pack, and that says that everything's going to be okay. It's just a case of getting through it, like we all are, I suppose. And there is a Lover's card, so a relationship's going to either improve or you're going to get a new one coming in. All right, so that's a positive. And I've got the Wheel of Fortune as well, which is the second best one. But for you, Tasha, you have to remember that to move the Wheel of Fortune, to turn it, you have to learn lessons, all right? And that's lessons that you need to, look at, all right? Don't just walk away from them, because you've got happy times coming, all right? There is a celebration coming up, okay? And it's going to be a nice one. They had a celebration down here, so much lockdown, they had a party down here last night. Grace and Antoinette, to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion, all right? So whatever that refers to, just, you will work out what it is, all right? It will come up. Kim, hi sis. Now Kim is my sister from another mister, or potentially the same mister, for God only knows where mine is. Kim is amazing, and Izzy's not up here, so I'll show you. So right, Kim, you've got traveller in you. You like to change things. You like to change your room around. You like to do something different every now and again. You don't like things the same. You like fluidity, all right? And you've got a Wheel of Fortune, darling. That's a great card. That means that your fortune's changing. Everything's changing for you right now, all right? I'm being told everything is being changed for you, and I've got your father, I think. Everything's changing for you, because you have to learn the lessons. You have to learn, and not let certain people in, all right? Because they're not always good for you. I don't know if this is letting them in your house or what. I don't know if this is females. I don't know. Just checking out. It's like far to my curtains. If this is female or what, I don't know, but I'm being told you need to not let them in. Money's improving for you, so something's going to work out, and you're looking after your money. You're not spending it as widely as you used to. One of your little ones is really clever, but they worry you because they don't have to concentrate, and they just go along, and you're like, oh, for God's sake. They just know how to work stuff. They always known how to open a tumble dryer, always known how to do naughty stuff. You know, one of yours was a twin and you lost one because there's another little boy running around as well. Don't know if you're aware. Now, you've got worrying what other people think of you. I want to say to you, chuck it in the fuck it bucket, obviously. But I don't see you doing that. So what is it? Is there somebody near to you? There's somebody with it across the road somewhere who's causing trouble. Alright, I hope that makes sense to you. And yeah, keeping an eye on the bank, keep an eye on your money. You're much more up on it. You're much more in control. Please don't lend any money out. Not unless you can afford to lose it. Again, there's a warning card that somebody's going to come to you and say, I really need money. And you'd give them your last 2 pence. You really would. Even if it meant you couldn't go and buy a loaf of bread. Alright, so this is a warning where it's saying don't do it. Okay? And insecurity holding you back. But your money's improving, Kim, and it's great news. You are going to get a couple of people out your life though, but this is for the best. Alright, it's going to be a positive move. It's something you need to do, and I think you know exactly who they are. Alright, and for you I have Shanti. I'm the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. You've been waiting a while for that, and I think it's here now. Alright, so I love you lots, and I'll leave his love with you. Alright, take care. Right, now Shah. I'll do Shah first and then her mum. Right, Shah. Shah Pratt. And then Linda. Shah, you've got OCD, sweetheart. You're very particular. You like things a certain way. Your mum's got a sharp tongue at times. She can drive you mad as well. And I see you are leaving other people's problems behind you. So there's adults' problems that you're carrying that actually you're going to learn to leave behind, because they are adult stuff, all right? And you can't carry it all the time. It's going to wear you down. And you've got enough of your own stuff to be dealing with, so just let go of it. I see that you're impatient. You want things to work out now. And I see that you are more in control of your emotions than you have been for a long time. So you're kind of up on it. You lost your... Is it your father I've got here? It's a fathering figure. I don't know if it's on your father's side, or it could be actually, because I've got your mum, it could be on her side, but it's a fathering figure who's also here. Yeah, you're definitely much more in control of your emotions. Your relationship is going to improve massively, and your money's going to improve. All right, so there's going to be more money coming in, or whether that's a new job for someone around you, or whether that's you're going to earn some money on your own, I don't know, but it's something that's going to improve, so that's a good thing. Okay, I see that you're laying awake worrying about other people, but I've got a man coming through in the cards as well, right? So he's very much controlling your world and very much controlling your gates and not letting people in, which is great. It's great to have a good gatekeeper, and you have one. Yes, a lot of OCD and a lot of you not seeing the good things about you. So let go of that. And I see that you've been cheated on, so you struggle with also trust. So you make life really hard for yourself. I understand it's very hard, and it is possible to move on and not do that, not worry about what's happened in the past. It is possible to do it. It's hard to do. You need to write stuff down because you're forgetting stuff, sharp. All right, and that's important because there's something you're missing. Whether it's an appointment or something, I don't know, but it's something you're missing that's quite important. And for you, which actually goes with what I was saying, your opal, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels, okay? So believe that they are, because, I mean, this potentially could have been one of yours, it could be one of your mum's, but there's definitely one there. I will get through to everyone. I can see people coming up going, hi. I will get round to you. I'm just working my way through the list. Sorry. I need nicotine. Right. Linda Pratt. Hi, Linda. I hope you're there, because I know I was talking to Shah about it the other day, worrying about your health. Don't worry too much about your health, all right? Go and check it out, all right? It's not going to be anything too bad. and you are your own worst critic as well. You're just as bad, like mother, like daughter. So you deal with your problems and then beat yourself up for having them in the first place. Everyone's got problems. Let go of it. Yeah. Don't make it hard for yourself. And I see that you've actually, the wheel of fortune's there. You're checking your bank all the time, but the wheel of fortune's there for you, Linda. And that means that things are changing in the positive way. But you have to learn lessons to let it change, all right? So that's a positive, but also something that you need to learn lessons from. And there's a depression for you as well, Linda. So you do have peaks and troughs. You do worry very much sometimes. And that's been quite dark at times. But karma's going to be done, all right? You've been through the worst. I've got the death card. You've been through the worst. You're coming out the other side, all right? You've got to believe it, and it will happen. Dream, believe, receive, okay? Money's okay. You're all right. It's a bit messy, but it's there. And you're trying to put money away, but you're not particularly good at it, Linda, at times. You do like to spend a bit. And I've got you not being stubborn and not accepting compliments. But there is a lot of new beginnings there for you, Linda, right now. And the man's telling me that his watch has stopped. Okay? His watch has stopped. And I have yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind and spiritual growth right now. So look after yourself, Linda, and you'll be fine. Okay. Grant. Hi, Grant. I hope you're well. I'll be seeing you probably the end of the week anyway. We lost a very dear friend, Alistair, last week, and his funeral's on Friday, and I'll be seeing Grant there. I hope you're well under the circumstances. Grant, you're very much determined to do things on your own. You're very much a loner, and you don't ever tell people about your problems. And you found that hard. I imagine you found that hard at the moment, especially dealing with what you've had to deal with. And I imagine it's kind of almost like bashing your head against a brick wall. It's like there's stuff you need to sort out. You need to sort. Money's all right. It's a bit of a mess, but it's okay. You've got a little bit of control issues. You like to do things a certain way. It don't always work out that way, and it can be quite get you down. You're very particular. You probably would have been labelled if you were born now, probably with Asperger's or something, because you like things a certain way. And you have got a soulmate around you, which is wonderful. You struggle with trust because you have been cheated on in the past. But I don't think you need to worry, Grant. I think you just need to let go, and you will be more aware of spirits around you. Mr. Alistair's going to let us know anyway he's around, and I'm seeing that he will do that. All right. I see you're worried about an older lady around you's health. Don't worry too much. I'm not seeing anything bad. All right. But I am seeing that you do get yourself worried about people in general, because I've got you worrying about a lady and a man. All right. So you're worrying about. I don't know if this is because of Alistair and because he's passed, that you're thinking it's suddenly put a new spin on life, really. But don't worry, okay? Chill out and it will be fine. You're staying in too much, but we all are, but you've got ideas and things you want to do. Why don't you try it? Give it a go. It's something new. It won't hurt you to try it. You keep an eye on your money, keep an eye on the money in the bank, but there is a new beginning, okay? And that new beginning is a good one. Alright, so see this as a closing chapter and a moving on, Grant. I know it's hard, but it is a chapter that just needs to move on a little bit. Alright. So for you we have which makes sense. Caressa, you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to the next step. Happiness awaits you now. Right, which is basically what I said to you in the cards. You are at that new step. All right. Okay, I'll leave. I think I actually know Alistair quite well, so I'm pretty sure I've got him. But he's. Have you got a piece of jewellery of his? Did you manage to get a piece of jewellery? Something personal to him? Well, he's telling me about it anyway, so you should have. Alright, something for you to keep. Okay? So, I'll leave his love with you. Alright? Because it's not him that's hurting, it's us that are hurting. Because we're the ones left behind. Alright? Lots of love, Grant, and I hope everything works out, and I'll see you Friday. All right, take care. Samantha Ross, hi. Oh dear, Samantha, you got somebody around you who's over 20, rushes into things without thinking, does silly things, and worries you. All right, because they just look. It's not. They're not in control of what they do. They're just not in control. They would benefit from counselling, whether it be anger or whatever. They would benefit from it, but they probably wouldn't receive it. They wouldn't want to receive it. Right. Samantha. Somebody's talking shit behind your back. Right, there's a group of people and there's one in particular who's saying stuff that isn't favourable, alright? It's not going to cause you a day's worry, but it's there, and if you're aware of it, you can deal with it, okay? I see there's an older man gives you good advice, but you don't listen, but you've got plans, there's a temptation there, so the devil's there, you want to do something, you don't want to do something, you do, you don't, you're indecisive, you want to change things, and there's something that is definitely moving, okay? I see that you've got Gypsy in your family, so you like to change things the same as I do, and you're worried about an older lady's health. Don't worry too much. I'm not seeing anything terrible happen, but I do see you worrying, and that's not conducive to good health anyway. I see you checking your bank all the time. Do you know what? I've just got the Magician for you. And the Magician says that you're just busy all the time. You don't have time to think. But actually, on the Magician's table is every single suit of cards. So you've got everything there, but you just don't have time to look at it because you're just too busy. You're permanently busy. It's like a whirlwind. Actually, you're doing okay. You're doing really well, but nobody tells you that, and you need somebody to tell you that. And I see karma's going to be done, so justice will be done. All right, whatever it is, justice will be done. And you're more in control of your money than you used to be. There's a little bit of OCD going on there. Hang on, I'm just turning this over because it's managed. I sat on the remote and turned it over. And we had nice relaxing music, and now we don't. Hang on 2 seconds. Right, we've also got for you, Samantha, that you are putting yourself in a cross. So what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to... hang on. Touch of comfort. Right, you're allowing yourself to like, you know, in the old days they used to put people in stocks and people used to throw tomatoes at them. It's the way you put yourself. So you allow people to have like almost have a go at you, like things are your fault, and it's not your fault, and you need to stop that. You need to stop putting yourself there. Your relationship, there's a relationship blossoming one way or the other. It's either that it's going to improve or what's going to happen, but it's going to be cool, all right? It's going to be good. I see that the death is brilliant. It means that you've been through the worst and the best is yet to come. Stop being so critical on yourself. Give yourself a break, Samantha, because you really are your own worst critic. And at the moment, you need to let go of that. I want to say your grandmother. Your grandmother is saying to me that you're aware of her around you, but there's a calmness around her. She was very calm. Because she's instantly calmed me down. She's instantly come across and shushed me down. And I think that's something you needed to do, or you need to do now. Desiree, when conditions aren't favourable right now, wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. So something's going on at the moment where you've got a choice. And it's saying, you know, look into it. Don't just rush at it, all right? Yvette McHugh-Kelly. Yvette, I've got the Hierophant, which means that you are in the middle of a group of people, and this person saying that person, this person saying that person, and you're sat in the middle, all right? And it's quite difficult for you, but you go with it. You'll be fine, all right? I understand it. It must be hard. Right, now, you've got a move in or a moving on. So what that means is letting go of other people's problems for a start, or else you never really get that new beginning, and you deserve that new beginning. All right, so whether it's a moving on or whether it's moving house, let go of that to move on. All right, and you're trying to put money away, but you're not very good at it, and you are trying to make out you're strong all the time when you really don't feel it, and you're spending a lot of money on one of the nippers at the moment around you. Okay, I don't know if they're borrowing money or what, but they are there, and you have a few people to get out of your life. You know that, all right? They're not conducive to a good time. They've made life quite hard for you, and you are very, very independent, but you're struggling with these people and they need to move on. Okay, that's an important lesson to learn there. And you're staying in too much, but you've got plans and ideas and things you want to do. And also I see that you've got one of your youngsters is quite calm, quite clever, yeah, but you actually worry about them because of that, because you think they get walked all over. It's like if it's either their partner or whatever is making life quite hard for them because they are too easygoing. All right. And I see you worrying what others think. Oh, chuck it and fuck it, bucket it, vet. Hey, who gives a shit? Okay. And I see you're aware of spirit around you. You see them, you feel them, you know they're there. All right. Don't be afraid of it. Or my mum always said, don't be afraid of the dead. It's the living that will hurt you, and that's so true. Because the spirits aren't there to hurt you. They're there to communicate, or they're there just in the ether. So you know, don't be freaked out by it at all. And you're more in control of your problems than you were. And you've got the Happy Families card, the top one, which is lovely, Yvette, and it's a good time. All right, you've been through the worst by the look of it as well. For you, you're confused and indecisive because you don't have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Okay, only you'll know what that's about. But I'll leave that with you and your grandmother and your grandfather, who both are together, and with a little boy as well. Okay. Yvette, you've got a leak in your roof. It's only a simple fix. Don't let anyone take the mickey out of you about it. Alright, Joanne Robinson. Hi Joanne, I hope you're well. Joe, God, why are you worried what people think? Chuck it and fuck it, bucket. Who gives a toss? You're in the middle. You're stuck in the middle of people arguing all the time, and you know there's some people you need to move out of your life. Now these people are on the edge of being thrown out, and you know you need to do it. You need to move them forward. All right. It's going to be a positive move. It's going to be something that needs to happen. All right. You've got an older man who gives you good advice, but you don't bloody listen, and there's a lot of insecurity here, a lot of you not seeing the good things about you, letting life pass you by and not taking time. Everyone is on the list, guys. I can see everyone shouting I'm not on the list. I am running so behind, but I will get to you, I promise. Right, Joanne, you've got a pregnancy you're going to hear about soon, so somebody's going to come up pregnant within the year. Alright, I've already told you about the shit stirrings going on, and you've got an older lady with a sharp tongue who's driving you mad as well. She's got far too much to say. She's over 40. And then you've got someone who's between 20 and 40 who rushes into things without thinking, who is also worrying you. It's just like, why do you do these things? You just don't think before you jump. And I want to say to him, you know, you benefit from some help. You benefit from some counselling. You need to chill. All right, okay. And depression is a big thing for you. You need to relax, take it easy. Don't try and look at the past, the best bits. Don't sort of you're allowing yourself to concentrate on the bad bits, and it makes it so much harder. You have to, even I have to do it. I have to concentrate on the good bits because the bad bits just aren't even worth going down that road. All right. And the angel card for you would be Indriel. You're a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all its inhabitants. One of the things I will say, Joanne, is I know you've had quite deep depression for quite a long time. Now, a lot of people who are meant to work with spirit do go through that. A lot of people do go through breakdowns and stuff. So that is potentially quite true. Okay, it's just whether you want to look into it or not. All right, and you've got an older lady with big boobs behind you. It's a booby lady. Okay, all right. She's a lot shorter than you. Okay, she's tiny. But she puts her arms around you, so you get cold at night specifically. All right. Then we have Annalise Mountain. Hi, we've got all the mountains. All right, start with Annalise. Annalise, Julie and Hayley. Right, let's try Annalise. Annalise, what's going on with you? You're chaotic at the moment. I can tell because the cards are all over the place. What's going on, my darling? You're really in a bit of a 2 and 8. Got a lot going on here. You're a good mum or good caring person, alright? So whatever that means, you might have to be a mum to somebody who's your own age. But you are a good parent in that way, and you do like to look after, alright? And I see that you are your own worst enemy, so you beat yourself up for having stuff that you deal with, and then you beat yourself up for having it in the first place. And I see that as well. And you've got a youngster, you have got a youngster around you who's got a sharp tongue, drives you mad. They are quite gobby. They'll say what they think, and at times that can be quite hurtful. Don't mean they mean it. You've got a couple of people to get out of your life. That child is the child of the gobby adult. You've got the male as well, who's the same. It's a way about them. It's something that they kind of aren't in control of. It's like it's like a personality trait, and it's like they don't mean it. It's just it happens. Actually, you're generally okay. You've got laying awake worrying about somebody else's problems. There's somebody in your life who rushes into things without thinking. As I say, they're a worry. Probably the same person with a sharp tongue as well. And money's improving for you. But there is a pregnancy there, Annalise, and it's coming through loud and proud. So one of you is having a baby at some point in the next year. And judgment says to me that you worry what others think, and I say to you, as I say to others, chuck it in the fuck it bucket. What others think don't matter. All right, as long as you're all right, as long as you're doing what you want to do and you're in touch with your own truth in the matter, then it means nothing. All right. So just chill out, Annalise, and let life go on, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which means that your fortune's changing, but you have to change it, all right? And you have to learn the lessons to change it, okay? And I have for you, new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love, all right? I know it's hard, and I know sometimes it can be tough because of past things, but let go and it will be fine. All right, Julie, have you got Georgia Scott on the list? She right. Julie Mountain. Hi, Julie. Julie, this shit stirring's going on generally. I don't know if it's a family thing, but I've got it for you as well. I've got you also not trusting very easily, so you struggle with letting people in. It's like you really struggle with that, okay? I see that there's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of stubbornness, a lot of not seeing the good things about you, and I see that you're worried about somebody between 20 and 40 rushes into things without thinking, is gobby. That worries you because their mouth's going to get them in trouble one day, and that's all that keeps going in your head. One day somebody's going to do something. It's going to, they'll say what they think. Not that that's a bad thing, but they might say it to the wrong person. But see, you've got a soulmate around you. If you haven't, you will have soon, okay? And you need to write things down, Judy, because you're missing something. There's something you're going along quite happily, and there's something that you're not seeing, all right? And there's a moving on for you, so whether that's a moving home or moving on in your situation, but it's a warning card because it says that you have to let go of other people's problems to move forward happily, all right? So that's something that's important. And money's improving for you. You've been through the worst, okay? And the best is yet to come. Georgia, you are on the list, but there's about 10 before you, all right? So you will get there. Money's okay, you're looking after it, you're trying not to spend it, Julie, alright, so you keep an eye on it. And I see you're tempted to change things, so you're at a situation in your life where you're coming to a crossroads and you're deciding which way to go, alright? You're in touch with your truth in the situation, okay? And for you, I have Oceana, take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation. You need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Alright, sweetheart, I hope that makes sense. The man's giving me lots of love for you. He's a military man or that sort of ilk, and he's quite strong. but he's given me his love. He had trouble with his feet. I'll just give it to you because unless you've got trouble with your feet, but it's definitely feet, all right. And it's either they're hurting or they've got issues, and he's bringing my attention to them, all right. So I'm going to leave that with you. Hayley Mountain, hi Hayley. You're aware of spirits around you, so you're quite susceptible. You see them, or you feel them, or you know they're there. You, again, you're worried what others think. I mean, you don't need to. Just chill. Who gives a toss? Let them get on with it. I've got there's a lover's relationship who that's improving. Sasha, you will go on the list. Sorry, excuse me. Sasha, you will go on the list. It's just we're working our way through, okay? Right, you've got an older lady with a sharp tongue around you, drives you mad. Whether that's a mother or not, I don't know, but it's somebody who's got a lot to say. But you've also got someone who's slightly younger, possibly potentially a relationship, who's also the same. They rush into things without thinking, and they will talk and say what they think, and sometimes that's not something you want to hear. All right, so they don't spare the horses, but there is a close relationship there, so that is a soulmate. All right, so that's good. But also I've got the World card for you, Hayley, which means that everything's coming to you now. You just got to believe, because you know you've got all the opportunities right at this time. All right, keep an eye on your money, and there is a pregnancy coming one way or the other. So you're going to find out about that soon if you don't know already. All right, but you do struggle with trust, because you've been hurt in the past, and I can see that as being an issue. And Hayley, you're juggling money, but you know there's a couple of people you need to get out of your life. All right, and it's going to be for the best. Now, Hayley, you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels, okay? So that must be something that you needed to hear today. All right, I'll leave that with you. We have Robin Stevens. Hi Robin, hope you're well. Robin, you're moving on as well. Money's improving for you, so whether you're going to get a new job, I don't know, but it's good. It's all going to work out well, whatever it is, because money's going to improve, so that's positive. You got a happy families card, but you got a few problems, but you deal with them, and also you hide them, so you don't want people to know that you've even got them. You're very particular on that. And I see that you're trying to deal with your problems on your own now. So you've always had help, and now you're doing it yourself. All right, you've come to that stage where you can do that. I see juggling money, and you do get down, which is hard for a man to admit. But there is that kind of depression that comes and goes, and it's mostly work related. But you've got a celebration coming, which is great. And you've got a lady around you who is quite spiritual, who is, the only thing I would say about her is she doesn't see good in the past. So sometimes the past actually jumps up and bites you on the arse, or her past does. And you've got a new beginning, Robin, which is great. It's the fall, the beginning of the journey. The whole tarot's built around it. Okay, it's the very best new start, and you're there. You're there and ready to go. So go with it. Yeah, it's going to work out all right. And it's going to be connected, I think, to a new job, and the world is there. You've got the best, actually, to be fair, the best reading I've had so far. But what I will say about you is that you do sit in the middle. So where you've got warring factions, whether that's family or what, you've got warring factions, you do sit in the middle and try and keep everyone happy, because that's just what you do. All right, so you are Geneva. But yeah, there's definitely a moving on. So whether that's a moving home or moving on in the situation, I'm not sure. But you'll be aware of it. But you have to let go of other people's problems to get that new beginning, which you're so on the verge of doing. And your money's definitely going to get better. For you, I have Francesca. What do you desire right now? Visualize it, and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. Negativity is one of the biggest problems that we all have. And yeah, that's you've got it. You've got everything going for you now. You know, just believe it. Connor Williams. No, I know Connor. I'm not sure if I think I've met Connor. Connor Williams. Wow, Connor, you're doing all right. You do rush into things without thinking, though. You little bugger. You do stuff without thinking. You just your head's away. Alright, and you'll just do things and you think, why the hell did I do that? Oh, it's stupid of me. But you need to write stuff down as well, because you're not a writer. You don't like writing. You don't like writing stuff down. Why would you do that? But you need to, because you will forget stuff. There's something in particular that you will forget if you don't write it down. So it's saying to you for a reason. You've got to stop beating yourself up. There's a pregnancy around you very shortly. You're going to hear about it. It's going to be a positive. And I see that there's an older man around you with a sharp tongue. At times he can be critical too. But I'm seeing that you're worrying what others think, and I want to say to you, don't. I think you're doing okay. I think you're doing better than you think you are. Alright? And you've got the world, which absolutely proves that. You have everything coming around for you, but you just got to believe it. And you are really tough on yourself. Give yourself a break. I understand you've got like an ADHD type thing going on there, or an Asperger's. So you don't like change. You like things to stay the same. But sometimes you have to let that change happen for it to be happy and to be able to move to the new place that you want to be. So sometimes that is a fluidity that needs to happen, and that's the case with you, all right? It's going to be positive. It's going to usher in good things, because you have got the very best of new beginnings, all right? But you have to believe it, all right? It's going to be cool. I'd be happy with that. Right, angel card for you, Connor. Connor, we have Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Never compromise. Always go for gold. All right. Next, I'll leave love with you, Connor. I think I've got your great grandmother. Okay. She's quite a formidable lady. But yeah, she's ruffles your hair, so you get an itchy head at night, and you do this because she's doing that to you all the time. Alright, take care, and I'll leave their love with you. Taz Dixon, hi sweetheart, hope you're well. Right, you got the Chariot, so it's time to go ahead with your thoughts and ideas. It's time for you to do that, alright? Don't hold back. It's time now for you to do that. You're in touch with your truth, and you're ready to go. And I see that, yeah, you've got the best new beginning as well. So things are okay. Things are going well. You've got your best new beginning. You've done everything the right way. I'm now going to get dog. Sit down. You've done everything the right way. I see there's arguments around you, people bickering, which drives you nuts, and you struggle with that. But they're bashing their own heads against each other, okay? Let them get on with it, all right? It's their own problems. And you've got the Death card, which means you've been through the worst. The best is yet to come. Just keep going forward, and you're going to be okay, all right? You've got a child in spirit as well, somewhere. A little girl. Just make them nose itch like mad. And I think she does that to you as well. And you've got a youngster around you who's very clever, but doesn't think they have to work for anything. They think that it just happens. That's just the way they are. And in some respects, they'll pull through the end of it. They're going to sort themselves out. But they've got, it's the way they are. They can't change that. It's just nature. And I see you've got World, which is the best card. It's the top card in the whole lot, all right? Money's improving for you. Definitely. I've had two different cards that say the same thing. So money's definitely improving for you. There's going to be an increase of wage or whatever, but it's going to be good, and it's going to be better. It's going to make life a bit easier. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead with your plans and ideas. It's time for you to do that, and you've got the temptation to do it. You're in touch with your emotions. You've got control of it. Go for it. All right, Taz. It's time. Your time now. All right. That's good, isn't it? Right, and for you, Taz, I have Seraphina. I'm the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So potentially, it could be a baby around you, one way or the other. Time will tell. All right, Taz. Go with it. Go with what you believe. Go with what happens, because spirits are communicating with you, but they're communicating through your thoughts and your dreams. Believe it. Andrea Julie Weller. Hello, sweetheart. Older man around you gives you good advice. You're a bit chaotic at the moment. You're not listening to what he's saying, and he actually's got your best interests at heart. And judgment says that you worry what others think. You feel it, put yourself up in judgment of everyone and what their opinions are. Well, their opinions aren't your life. You're living your life. You know, go with your own thing, yeah. And I've got karma, okay? So karma's a big thing, and you know what goes around comes around, and that's going to happen, all right? It is going to, they are going to, whoever it is going to get karmically sorted, all right? Money's a bit of a mess, but it's there. You're aware of spirit around you, Andrea. You probably have been for many years. You're struggling with trust because you've been hurt in the past. So you've been cheated on or something, or very hurt very deeply. There's a deep hurt there, and that stops you from moving forward. All right. Yeah, you need to go. I've got a mother figure here. I don't know if she's your grandmother or what, but she's saying to me that you need to go with your gut instincts. You smell her around you anyway. Go with it. You get headaches. You got a headache across the front of your head. I don't know if it's stress or what, or if you're due a glasses redo. I don't know, but you've got that sort of thing going on, and you let stuff get on top of you, Andrew. You've got a couple of people to get out of your life. There's some bitching. There's some shit stirring. You're aware of it. If you're not, you will be soon. Take no notice. It will sort itself out. Alright? But yeah, you're at the end of a cycle, okay? And it's going to a better one, Andrew. But you have to write things down because you will forget stuff. And I don't know if I've told you that before. Right, for an angel card we have... You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. Alright? She's not the Labrador I've got. It's just walked up to me, is it? I have to say it as I see it. Right. Okay, Andrea. I'll leave their love with you. Alright, sweetheart? Katie Davis. Hi, Katie. Hope you're well. Katie. You're worried about a man's health, an older man. Don't worry. Again, it's not a bad card. It's just telling me that you have a concern. And I don't think it's going to cause you any grief, alright? I do see that you're very independent. You deal with things on your own. You don't like any help. You're a good mothering figure. You do look after people. But I'm also seeing that as much as you're independent and you try and do things on your own, that sometimes it gets on top of you and you beat yourself up for having the problems in the first place. So you are your own worst enemy, alright? I've got an older lady. She's just given me a handful of change. I don't know if you're struggling for money at the moment, but she's given me a handful of change. So if you're waiting for some money, the money will come. What you need. It won't be excessive. It won't be any more than you need. It will just be what you need. All right. And there's a lady around you with a sharp tongue as well who drives you mad, and a man with a sharp tongue. So you've got two. Now they're part of the same family, and they're driving you absolutely crazy. They've got a lot to say about everything. But money's improving for you, okay? And I've got 2 times that saying that, so it's absolutely 100%. Your money's going to improve one way or the other, all right? And I see you, yeah, you are your own worst enemy. But there's something to do with learning, so whether that's on-the-job training or what, whether you get a new job or whether you do something else. But you're going to learn something that's going to help you to earn money, all right? So there is an education of such, okay? It doesn't mean it's actually going back to college or anything like that, although it could be. But it just means that you're going to be learning something that's going to be able to create, to turn into money, all right? So I hope that makes sense to you. And we have an angel card. We have Rochelle. As you honour and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. I just said that. Alright? Go with your gut and the money will be there. It's just when you need it. Denise Farnhill, sorry. Denise, I hope you're well. I keep saying that. Nobody can answer me. Denise, you got gypsy in your blood, so you like to change things. You like things to be always on the move. I don't know why you're not doing readings, because you have absolutely got the reason to do it. Okay. I see that you've got someone around you who's over between 20 and 40, quite clever. But you worry about them. They get quite boring. I don't know if you think they won't settle or what. I don't know, but there's kind of a worry there with them. Alright, and I see a youngster, it's under 20 with a sharp tongue, but I'm seeing another one as well who's very clever. It could be one of the same thing. It could be that that is the same person, but I'm seeing him as somebody who you're worried about. I've got you the Magician. The Magician's a great card. It says that you've got plans and not plans and ideas, sorry. You've got everything there, alright? You're permanently busy. You never get time to think. And actually, everything is there on that table for you, but you just can't see it, alright? Just because you don't have time. All right, chill out, and you might see more. All right. There's a depression that you struggle with. It goes up and down. It's like riding the seas of depression. And I see that you've got a couple of people you need to get out of your life. You know this. There's a new beginning that needs to happen. You make yourself ill with it, and you need to move these people on because they're not conducive to a good life. All right, sweetheart. So, you know, let it move. Let them move, because you've got the new beginning of fairy tales. So things are going the right way, Denise. But you have to let go of some people for allow it to happen. All right, it's for the best. I know it's going to be hard, but it is for the best, and it will like lift problems off your head. All right, because you're going to be spending a lot of money on one of the nippers around you soon. I don't know what that's going to be involving, but there is going to be financial. Okay, but yeah, you make out you're strong even though you don't feel it, and you've got someone who's between 20 and 40 who rushes into things without thinking of a sharp tongue, who you're worried about as well. Angel card for you, I have Archangel Michael. I'm with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Alright, Denise, I absolutely think you should be doing spiritual stuff. I'm surprised you aren't doing it, but you can sort that. Paula, hello Paula. Paula Lynch, she's my friend. I'll keep saying that. It's good to see you, sweetheart. I'm just going to have a bit of nicotine. I was actually up your way yesterday, Paula. I was going to come and see you, but I didn't get time. But I will do next time. If you're in. Paula. Right, you're fed up with bickering. People are bickering around you. It's crazy. It's like they're battering their heads together. You've got a new beginning now. It's time for you. You know this. You know this. I mean, I feel like a fraud because we know you're at a new beginning. But you are absolutely doing the right thing. You are absolutely, because you've got the Fool. I know it sounds like you're not, but it's the rebirth. It's the beginning of the Fool's journey, which is the tarot. So you are at the beginning of that. You're ready to do that rebirth. That whole reinventing yourself is happening. All right. So go with it, and you're making out you're strong, but you don't feel it. But you know you are doing the right thing. You just got to believe in yourself. You spend a lot of money on one particular child. A youngster, and you've got to go ahead with your plans and ideas. You've got a few problems, but you cover them over. You don't like anyone to know you've got them. And I want to say to you, you know, so what? We've all got problems. You know, don't matter. You are going to do some training. I feel like a fraud again because there is training, and it's going to help you to earn more money. So this is a positive thing, okay? And I see that the thing that holds you back is you not seeing the good things about you. So you're quite stubborn in that respect. And, you know, give yourself a break. Yeah? You've got a youngster around you who's very clever, but doesn't use it. When I say youngster, I mean an older youngster, over 20. So one of them is very, very clever, but they just don't use it. And it's like you want to slap them upside the head because they're quite brainy and with it, and you're keeping the peace all the time. You're being Geneva, so you're sat in the middle, all right, and it's driving you mad. And you're very independent. You'd like to do things on your own, all right. You don't like to ask for help, which I understand, but sometimes you're not in it on your own. You've got loads of people around you that would help, all right. And for Athena, it's safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. All right, it's absolutely going the right way, Paula. You're on a roll. Go with it. All right. Jane Ragg, hi. I think I read for you last week. Let's see what we got for you this week. Got an older lady with a sharp tongue who drives you mad, but you also worry about her. So as much as she can be quite critical and make life quite difficult, you also worry about her. Well, don't, because she's going to be fine. I understand that your concerns. But she's absolutely going to be fine. I'm not seeing anything bad there. All right. I see happy families. I see that things are okay, and I see an older man who gives you good advice, but you're not listening. All right. Now, the older lady's in spirit. I don't know if this is her husband. I'm not sure, but she's saying to me that you had something fall off your side the other day, and I don't know if it's like spaghetti or something, pasta, something fell out and you couldn't work out what it was. Alright, and she's saying it with her. Karma's going to be done. All right, so the good things are going to happen. It's time for the good things to happen. Let it happen. All right, what goes around does come around. And yeah, you've got plans and ideas and things you want to do. So the Chariot's a great card, and it carries you forward, and that's the way you need to go. You need to go with the Chariot. You've got it all sorted. You know where you're going. It's time for you to go. The only thing that stops you is your own insecurities. And I want to say to you, let go of them, because actually you're doing fine. All right, Jane. You're aware of spirit around you. You have been since you were quite young, and you've got a pregnancy coming in the next year somewhere around you as well. All right, I think that would be a welcome pregnancy. It's something that needed to happen. And yeah, I've got you a little bit of OCD, so you like to control things, Jane. You like things to be your way. All right, let's do you an angel card. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets in earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. All right, Jane, I hope that makes sense to you, and I'll leave their love with you. Ali, hi Ali. I have to come back on the radio show one day. Ali runs Paramania on a Saturday night, which is a really good radio show, and it's all about paranormal and ghost hunting and anything actually spiritual. It's not just ghost hunts, but I'm shamelessly plugging it. Look it up on Facebook. Now, Ali, you're a bit chaotic at the moment. Things are all up in the air. You don't know if you're coming, going, been or gone. There's somebody causing trouble. If that's someone in the family, I would suggest. You are aware of spirit. Somebody's coming to you. An older lady's coming to you a lot. She's giving you a really strong smell to let her know to let you know she's there. Okay, and she's coming to you with an awful lot of love. But she didn't show you as much as she should have. She should have shown you more. Okay, but she wasn't very demonstrative in what she did. Okay, so she struggled with that. Please don't lend money out. I know you haven't got loads of money, but please, you'd give someone your last 2 pence, but if you give it out, you won't get it back. All right. And I see you worrying about your health. Well, you need to go and get it sorted. You need to go and see a doctor. I know it's a waste of time and it's like barking up a wrong tree, but you are the most critical to yourself. You are your own worst enemy. All right, and you need to go easy on yourself, because we all struggle, and it doesn't make you bad to struggle. We don't try and hide it. I want to say you're hiding it all the time. You're spending money on a youngster, which is fine because it's one of your own, but I've got you worrying what others think, and I think you really need to not worry about that anymore. Don't worry. If you're having trouble, go with it. Money's improving for you, so whatever you're going to do, it's going to be good. All right. And I see here that, you could do readings. I'm being told you do readings. Why can't you do online readings? You need to get money in. Try it. See about it. I do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You got the star, okay? And the star's a brilliant card. The star says it's new beginnings. It's the new beginnings of fantasies and fairy tales and good things. So you're going to do what you want to do. All right. Go with your gut, and you're going to be fine. All right, you got. I know it's your own insecurity. I can see that. I can see that you've been cheated on in the past, and you're struggling with that. But it's going to be fine, Ali. It's absolutely, you're going the right way. Money's going to be okay. You're just going to cope. And you got Michael. I'm with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. And I think that's important for you to know right now. All right, my darling. I love you lots. And I hope to see you soon. I'll come down and see you. You can make me some of your soup. Next person, Georgia Scott. Hi, Georgia. I know you've been waiting at ages. I'm sorry about that. I see you've got a youngster, somebody between 20 and 40 who rushes into things and is quite critical, who is coming through as in the cards, okay? I see that you worried about a lady's health around you. Don't worry too much. It's going to be fine. And you've got an older man coming through in spirit. Now, he's a grandfather or in a fathering way, so probably potentially on your dad's side, okay? But he's telling me that you are not looking after yourself properly, so it's something you need to look at. All right, I see that you do suffer with depression. You're up and down with it, and things have been a bit up recently, or down, should I say? It's been worse. Probably with lockdown hasn't helped, but you need to get out more. You need to get I know you're always busy, but you need to get out and breathe in the air, breathe in the fresh air, go to the park, do something for you, all right? Because you're not at the moment. You're sitting in the middle of people who are just arguing and getting on each other's nerves. And you're just Geneva, you're stuck in the middle all the time. And I want to say to you, you know, sort their own problems out. You've got a pregnancy coming around you somewhere, Georgia, you're going to find out about in the next year. And you've got Nipper, who's got some issues, who maybe's got Asperger's, ADHD, who you worry about. I see them as well. But I also see you making life quite hard for yourself. Things are changing for you. You are getting people out your life, and you are moving on, but you've got to let go of other people's problems to get that new beginning that you really want, Georgia. Okay, there's a big thing for you to do, and I understand it's hard to do, but these people really aren't good for you. All right, and the card for you we have is Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, and which way takes me away from it. All right, you'll be able to work it out. Go with it. All right. Take care, and I'll leave their love with you. Mealy. Hi, Mealy. How's your hand for scratches? Oh, you're very stubborn, Mealy. You don't see the good things about you, but that's just you. Alright? You need to do that. You need to let go, because you've got an older lady around you who drives you mad. She says stuff that can be quite hurtful. I don't think she means it. I think she just comes out sideways or backwards, and you're just like, oh my god, you know, it does you nothing. And I've got you. The Wheel of Fortune's good. The Wheel of Fortune's changing for you, okay? But you have to learn to let it change. All right? It's all about learning life's lessons to let that change. All right? And I see you're more in control of your money than you have been for a long time. And money is improving, actually. So money is going to get better, not worse. But I see that you are... there's somebody causing trouble behind your back. It's a group of people, and one person in particular is causing issues. You'll find out about it, and don't worry, you'll deal with it. But don't let it take you down, because you've got that depression and that way that you can go down. And we all know with fibroid depression, it's kind of like a never-ending story. So go easy, all right? And take it as it comes. But you are checking your bank all the time. You're checking money's in there because there's been something you've been waiting for. And I see that you are going to do something that's going to help you to earn more money. So it's going to be something you're going to learn, all right, one way or the other. I imagine David's, from what I see there, is actually quite sharp-tongued at the moment and probably driving you mad. Critical. And for you, for Angel card, we have Akasha. You're a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. Well, you know that anyway. Alright? It's just a case of using it. And not hiding away. Alright? Okay. Sasha Cooper. Now, you've waited for ages. I know you have. Well, you all have. Sasha, you're in control of everyone else's problems. Because if you look at everyone else's problems, you don't have to look at your own. So what you're doing is you're basically, well, okay, I'm worrying about these, and you're just blanking your own issues when they're going along happily on their own. You've got somebody who's a partnership with you. They're very calm, quite boring actually. All right, but you worry about them because of that. They're quite introvert, okay. And I see your money's improving for you, so that's good. I see you've got Gypsy in your family, so you like things to change. You don't always like things to stay the same. But you've got the world in your hand, Sasha. You're in a situation where actually you're ready to move forward. You've got a few problems, but you've got a handle on them. You know what you're doing. This lockdown's been good for you in a way, because you've actually almost evaluated and sorted your head out, if that makes sense to you. And you've got a couple of people recently who have moved out of your life, but that's your decision, and it was something that needed to be done, because you were laying awake at night worrying about everyone else's problems. It was disturbing your sleep. But you are much more in control of your emotions than you have been for a long time, but you've always been stuck in the middle. It's like you're always stuck in the middle of people arguing. It's like you're Geneva. All right, and it's quite hard and wearing being there. I think you're going to blow up about it, and you're going to kick off, and you're going to say, you know, enough's enough. You've got an older lady with sharp tongue, drives you mad, and everything in the garden is actually okay. You've got a top happy families card, but you are your own worst critic, and you make life so much more difficult for yourself just purely because that's you. All right, and I want to say, you know, chill out. You are very impatient. You want things to happen now. You've got plans and ideas and things you've written down because you want to be out there and doing stuff. But you obviously you've been staying in too much. But you've got plans and ideas, and I think it's time for you to think about putting them into action. I understand it's your own insecurity holds you back, but don't let it. And we have. Adriana, I'm leading you toward the answer of your prayers. Please listen and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts and dreams. Okay? So believe the spirits are there because they're absolutely there to help you. Okay? I hope it makes sense. Okay? Lots of love. I leave their love with you. You're a little girl in spirit. I don't know if you're aware. She was never born. Alright? She runs around your hallways and nicks all your silver stuff. Right, Sarah Reeves. Sarah. God, you're another one. You've got a youngster around you with a sharp tongue. Particularly gobby at the moment, and they're driving you mad. Alright? Doesn't mean it's one of yours. It could be a family friend or whatever. You've got Gypsy in your family. God, there's so many of us. And you've got an older lady around you as well that's not scared of saying what you think, but you're very independent and you hide your problems and you try and get on and not let anyone see them. That's just the way you are. And you are very much in control of those. You're very in control of your problems, and you are very, very critical on yourself as you're dealing with them because you think you shouldn't have them. You've got control of your money as well. There's a little bit of control, and a sneaking bit of OCD in there. Alright, you like things your way or the highway, I'm being told, and that's your grandmother, I think. There's bickering all around you. It's like people battering their heads together, and it's like you just want to say, you know, bugger off. You know, it's hard. It's hard work. And you're worried about an older lady's health. Please don't worry. All right, and start believing in yourself because the worst is over. You've been through the worst, and better things are coming now, Sarah. So believe it because it's happening. For you, we have Celeste. A happy move or to a new home or place of employment is in the works. The movement ushers in positive new energy. Doesn't mean it's necessarily you. It could be someone in your household, but it's definitely a movement. All right, it's a fluidity. So you'll find out what it is. All right. Next we have Diane Carpenter. Hi Diane. Am I getting through the list? Diane, hi, how are you? Right, Diane, you've got an older man you're worried about health for. Don't worry, again, as I say, it's not pairing with any cards that gives me anything to worry about. But I'm seeing you being impatient and trying to do things on your own, and you've got temptation, and you're quite determined to do things on your own. And you're trying to keep an eye on your money all the time, so you're forever checking your bank balance. There's a reason for that, because something didn't go in when it should have done, and you was worried because you didn't know where it's gone or why it hadn't turned up, but it will be okay. You're very stubborn. Yeah, you're very stubborn, Diane. You do refuse to see the good things about you, but you've got plans. What you're doing is you've got the top card for new beginnings. You've got the Fool. So the whole, as I say, the whole of the cards rests on the Fool's journey, and it starts at 0, and you've got 0. So you are at the beginning. You're at a rebirth. All right. So you've come to that culmination of stuff that you've dealt with, and now it's time to move on. All right, Diane. You need to leave other people's problems behind you because they are adults and they can deal with it. All right. And you've got a male in spirit, an older man who's coming in, and he's like a father figure. Okay, now he's coming to you with a lot of love, but you smell tobacco when he's around. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. And people are arguing around you. You're very impatient, but there's people arguing around you, and you're also worried what people think about you. And in some ways, you're always paranoid. And I want to say to you, you know, let go, Diane. You can't do anything about it. You've got new beginnings. You've got going to a better place. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, and that's all about changing changing your fortune. It's all about learning, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to learn life's lessons. to be able to go forward. All right, so that's positive. It's there for you. You've got to stop stabbing yourself in the back with everyone else's problems, because they're not yours. All right, you are learning. You are starting to let people's problems go. Just keep going with it. And we have Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and soul. Alright, which makes sense. Alright, because what I'm seeing with that is moving on, so that's good. Right, Lauren Hill. Hi Lauren, I think I saw you last week, didn't I? Lauren, so we've got the Chariot. So it's time for you to go ahead with your ideas. Alright, you know where you're going, you know what you want to do, so why aren't you doing it? I know that sounds tough, but, you know, it's like I want to say compliments where compliments due. Yeah, go with it. Go with your ideas. You've got temptation to do it. Your depression is up and down. You're struggling a bit with your mental health. I understand that, but you've actually you're at a position now where it's time to go forward, and know that you're being lovingly followed and looked out for as you do that. You're in control, more in control of your money than you have been for a long time, but you're permanently busy, Lauren. You don't have time to think. But the nice thing about the Magician, which I'm seeing, is that you've got everything there on the table. It's just that you don't have time to look at it. Give yourself a break, alright? It'll be cool. And there's a pregnancy coming around you, so if it's not you, then you just be careful. Somewhere around you. And there's also a bit of backstabbing going on. You got some youngsters around you. One you spend money on, another one of them's quite clever. You know, they're not bad kids, but you do worry about them. But that's what we're here for. That's what we do best. And you have a soulmate around you. If you haven't now, you certainly will have. Alright? And that's lovely. But I do see people causing problems behind your back. So there's somebody who's going around talking absolute crap and causing issues. Ignore them. They're not worth giving the time of day to. And you're more in control of your problems than you have been for a very long time, Lauren. So that's good news. Excuse the motorway noise. And for you, we have Grace and Antoinette to help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Alright? So whatever it is, you know, see that person's point of view. Who's after Lauren? Sheila? I haven't got anyone on the list. Nin Cooper. Hi Nin. Nin? It's a strange name. Is that Nina or is it short for Nina? Hi Nin. Nin, you're aware of spirits around you. You see them, whether it's out the corner of your eye or what it is. You're aware they're there, alright? And I see you're trying to put money away, but you're not very good at it. You're going to find there's going to be a pregnancy cropping up very soon, alright? It's in the very near future, certainly within the year. Okay? So you'll be aware of that. But you are your own worst enemy, so you make life very difficult for yourself because you beat yourself up for having problems in the first place. And you've got training. Now this training is either on-the-job training or it's learning something. But it's going to help you to earn more money, alright? So that's coming up, okay? So that's a positive. And there's a moving on. So there's a moving, it could be moving house, could be moving place of employment, it could be moving on in a situation. But the secret is it's a warning card, and it tells you if you don't let go of other people's problems, you never really get that new beginning that you're hoping for. Alright, so as much as you will move on, you'll do that whole moving fluid thing. You have to let go of some stuff to get where you want to be, alright? And you will do. You have a soulmate around you. If you haven't now, you will have, alright? But there's always problems behind them. There's always arguments and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. And this person is actually also quite critical as well. So it's quite a tough cookie to have around. And I see that you have a youngster who has issues like, it could even be the same person, ADHD and stuff like that. Asperger's, autistic stuff that you worry about, but I wouldn't worry, it's going to be fine. For you we have Nin, Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Take time out, alright? I do meditation on a Wednesday. Come and listen, but it's not this Wednesday because I'm going on a ghost hunt. I'll tell you about that at the end. Right, Angela Singh. Hi. Don't think I've read for you before, Angela. Angela, you're at a crux in your life where you come to a crossroads. You've been through the worst. The worst is over. Okay, you're moving forward, and you're moving to a better place. All right. So you're giving up all that rubbish that you've been dealing with. And money's, yeah, it's a bit of a mess, and you're sort of juggling pennies and trying to get through. But you've got a man around you who's got a sharp tongue when they want. That person drives you mad, can be quite critical, all right? And I see that you are much calmer than you used to be. It's like you believe in the universe, you believe in anything like that, but what you don't do is you don't see good in the past, and I want to tell you to see good in the past. Pick out the good bits, not the bad bits, because you've got a tendency to concentrate on that. And you've got a little girl in spirit, and I don't know if you're aware, it's making my nose itch. So she'll make your nose itch, okay? That's typical. It was never born sort of child. It may not be yours, it may be your mum's, it may be a sibling, okay? And I see that there's a lover's card, so things are improving in that department. There's a deep relationship kind of thing going on, and I see that you're trying to you enjoy doing what you do. You enjoy, getting your house up and doing stuff you want to do, but you are very in control of other people's problems. It's like if you look at other people's problems, you don't have to look at your own. All right, so sometimes you miss your own, and you've got a youngster who's got a sharp tongue who says stuff, and you think, oh my god, yeah, around you, and you've got the father of that, or the older person of that, who is also quite critical, who's also in your life and causes you grief. I can see that as well. Yeah, you're absolutely at the end of a cycle. Things are cool. You've got an older lady driving you mad as well. You've got a whole set of them. They're all doing the same, and I want to tell you to just ignore the lot of them. Let them get on with it. It's not their problem, not their ball game. You've got a good relationship coming up. You've got a soulmate relationship with her. You've got that already, I'm not sure, but you have certainly got that coming up, and money's improving for you. Okay, so something's going to happen and you're going to be better off. Wouldn't that be nice? And you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune is all about changing your fortune, but you have to learn, and you have to learn the lessons to turn that wheel to get to your new beginning that you really want. All right, so learn the lessons, Angela, and you'll get there. Let's do an angel card for you, sweetheart. And for you we have, I haven't seen this today, Archangel Raphael. I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You're a healer like me. Alright, so go with it. Might be worth trying some healing if you don't already. Okay, next one. Claire Stones. Claire, hi, lovely to see you. Claire, another one, your own worst enemy. You're very stubborn, you don't see the good things about you, but you do so struggle with OCD. There's something going on there where you're very particular, and that can be an issue to you. That's something that you struggle with. Alright, so that's something that affects your life. I see that you've been cheated on, or something's gone on that you just don't trust. You struggle with trust. I don't think you've got an issue at the minute why you shouldn't worry about trust, but I can see that is an issue, and that has caused problems down the line. Alright. You're a bit chaotic at the moment. Things are a bit up in the air, but judgment tells me you've got a child in spirit as well, little girl, making my nose itch. You've got older man you're worried about his health. Don't worry, okay, I'm not seeing anything terrible, but I am seeing you very, very independent and try and do things on your own. So you put your head down, you get on with it, and you concentrate. But why don't you ask for help? Because you're not always on your own. Alright, you're at a new beginning. You've got the sun as a new beginning, so things are cool, Claire, but you have got a pregnancy within the year that it's going to come up somewhere. It's going to be close enough for it to come in the cards, so it's going to be pretty close. Alright, but you'll find out about it within the year. Oh, and you're very chaotic because the cards are all over the place. Alright, and I see that, yeah, you're at a situation where your Wheel of Fortune is turning, but you've got to learn the lessons to let it turn. All right, so it's all about learning. It's all about learning the lessons of life to allow that to happen. And for you, we have Maya. Schooling, study and education help your life's purpose at this and personal growth. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Doesn't mean you're going back to school. As I said in that little reading, you need to learn the lessons. Now it could be life lessons. All right, Claire, I hope that makes sense. Hannah. Oh, it's gone all over the place. Right, Hannah, more in control of your money than you have been for a while. Well, that's a positive thing. I see you've got the world, and the world is a great card. It's a top card. It says that everything's coming to you now, but you have to believe it. All right, sweetheart. It's good. It's good times and peaceful and everything else. But this is a Chariot, which tells me that you have to go ahead. All right, you have to take that and go ahead with it. All right, believe that you can do it, and you can do it. All right, anything is possible. Don't ever, you put too many obstacles in the way, all right? Your nan's telling me this. You put too many obstacles in the way and you don't go forward, all right? You need to. You've got somebody, you're in a relationship who has a few issues, would benefit from some counselling. They do silly things sometimes. They don't kind of think before they jump in, and that worries you, all right? But I see your insecurity is what holds you back the most, all right? You're a good mum, even though you don't think you are sometimes. And you're more in control of your money than you have been for a while, because you keep an eye on it. About time. Took a while for you to fall into that one, I'm being told. But you make out you're strong when you don't feel it. You're really quite wobbly underneath. You struggled with this lockdown thing. I can see that. And you're really quite wobbly, but you know what? You're going to be fine. You've got a new beginning. Everything's going to be all right. All right, the wheel of fortune's turning for you as well. It's all about learning. It's all about taking life's lessons and working with them. And I can see that you are getting there. All right, you've got an older man who gives you good advice. You don't listen. All right, maybe it's about time you did, because they're not all wrong. All right, and you've got a child that's just like them. It's like chip off the old block. Yeah, very clever, very bright, and yeah, little indigo. Little indigo child. Google it. But you're more in control of your money, Hannah, than you have been for a long time. But you're just fed up with bickering. You're your own worst enemy anyway. I don't say you're bickering, but you deal with your problems and you beat yourself up for having them. But you know, people are arguing, bickering around you. Let them get on with it. It's not your problem. And one's fallen out for you. You are confused and indecisive because you don't have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Alright, Hannah, I hope that makes sense to you. And I have Emma Ellison. Hi, Emma. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well. Emma. When will you ever see the good things about you? When hell freezes over, I'm being told. Because you absolutely have everything going for you. There's an older lady who I'm assuming you've either recently lost or they're in spirit, but they were quite poorly. And she's coming in and she's saying, I'm fine, and you need to know that. Right? You are making out you're strong when you're really not feeling it. You're having a bit of a wobble. But you've got someone around you who's very, very calming, very, very, you know, a little bit too boring. And it's times you're like, oh, you know, you want to shove a rocket up their arse. And there's arguing around you as well. But you know what you've got the second best one for happy families, which is great. Okay, so you know you've got a few problems, but you hide them. You're a very private person, so you like to hide your bushel. And there is depression there, which you've struggled with over the years, and temptation. So you want to do something different. It's time for a change. Obviously, Emma, it's time for a change. I don't mean splitting up a relationship or anything. I'm not seeing anything like that. But I'm seeing a change. All right, it's time for you to do that. You're more in control of your money, and you're ready to do it. Because money is the only thing that's holding you back there, apart from your insecurity. And I have. Now is the time to learn, study and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you'll synthesize your knowledge into action. I hope that makes sense for you, Emma. All right. Take care, and I'll leave Madam's love with you. I wouldn't want to mess with her. Right, next one. Can I just have a bit of my fag? Been at it for ages. It's nearly 2 hours. Right, Tina Dawn. I'm nearly at the end, she. Tina. Tina. You're bickering around you. Everyone's just driving you mad. Okay? And I see that you've got a depression that's up and down. It's like this, and you know you come and go. You're in and out. Things are hard, and you're struggling. I understand that your head's all over the place. You've got an older man. You're worried about his health, but you're much more in control of your problems now. So you've taken control. All right, and that was step 1. All right, step 2 is moving on to the next stage. All right, so it's time for that move. You've got that fluidity. And that's connected to an older lady who is telling me, I want to say she's an aunt, so I could be completely barking up the wrong tree, but she wants me to tell you that you are doing the right thing. But you've done step 1, now you need to move on to step 2, all right? Because you've got happy families there. You struggle with trust, I understand that, and I see that you are writing stuff down now more than you used to, but you need to organise yourself a little bit better. I'm being told that you need to journal, you need to write down stuff, okay? It's important. And, oops, you're a bit chaotic at the moment, so things are a bit up in the air. You've just recently got a few people out of your life who weren't great for you, but money's improving for you, so that's a big thing. But you've got to stop putting yourself on the cross. Stop letting people throw tomatoes at you. Yeah, give yourself a break, Tina. You're standing too much, I understand that, I think we all are, but you've got plans and ideas and things you want to do. You're quite stubborn and you don't see the good things about you, and that's kind of holds you back. All right, I want to tell you to chill out. All right, you are at a place where you're at a crossroads and you've got 2 ways to go. All right, and you don't know whether you're devil in the deep blue sea. You will go with your gut and you'll go with the right way, Tina. Just give yourself the benefit of the doubt to know that you're going to go the right way, but you've got to leave other people's problems behind, and you've got some issues, and you've got some, you know, things that it's ready for you to go forward. It's Chariot's there. It's time for you to go forward lovingly, all right? Because you have that ability, you just don't believe in yourself, all right? And your angel card is yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind and spiritual growth right now. Okay, so remember that, because that's all there for a reason. All right, so I've got a little bit of coffee left. Graham Priest. Hi, Graham. Graham Priest. You're aware of spirits around you, Graham, so you're quite spiritual in your way, in your own way. You have a few issues yourself. You would benefit from counselling. Things are not always cut and dried, but money's improving for you, okay? So things are going to get better one way or the other. Whether that's a new job or what, I'm not sure. But it's your own insecurities that hold you back. You need to go for a job that's a step up, I'm being told. It's like you let yourself down because you could go better. I need you to step up. I need you to take that to the next level. All right, Graham? Believe in yourself. There's a pregnancy coming around you soon, so you're going to hear about that, and there's some on-job training or something that's going to help you to earn more money. So that's good, and it may be where you take the step up. We'll see. But it's going to be positive. You're a very private person. If you've got problems, you like to keep a lid on them. You don't like people to know. So you're very quiet and a private person. And I see that you've got the karma, so karma's going to happen. It's about time you had this. You work hard. When you work you work hard, all right? And you put everything into it. And it's about time you got some recognition for that, all right? I see that you're in control of your emotions, so you've struggled and you've managed to keep yourself on a par, which is great. And I see that you've beaten yourself up with your own problems. So you are a private person, but you're also very, very critical of yourself. But that comes from your dad, all right? That's where you're getting that from. The Wheel of Fortune is changing for you again. As I say, I think that's potentially different work or different something. But you have to learn lessons to allow that to turn. All right, it doesn't happen naturally. You have to make that happen. All right. So it is about learning lessons. All right. So yeah, I think things are improving. Well, they certainly are money wise. But you have to believe in yourself because you need to go that step up. And what's the person who taught you all about cars? Because somebody stood here telling me he taught you everything you know. I know. Right, Yvonne, you have a special bond with animals. Your pets in earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. All right. So I might be able to house that Labrador at some stage. Right. Okay. Thank you, Graham. I hope you're good. Carol Bodenham. Hi, Carol. Carol. Man and a woman with ill health who you're worrying about. Again, I'm not seeing anything bad. I'm not seeing anything happening in the imminence. Anyway, I see that you've got somebody who wants to borrow money off you, or will be, and I want you to say no, okay? Because it is a warning card. What it says is that if you lend it to them, you'll never see it again. All right. If it's all right, if it's somebody that you love and you don't expect it back, then that's a different matter. But you would give them your last 2 pence, and you may leave yourself in a bit of a 2 and 8 if you don't. All right. Your depression's quite hefty there, Carol. At times you struggle, and I see that there is also a pregnancy coming up for you in your family somewhere or in your friends close by. You've got the 2 top cards. You've got the World and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So not only is it all about turning the wheel to a better place, you've also got a lot going on. It's a positive. You've got the best card there. All right, so everything's there for you, but you've got to reach out for it. It doesn't just run to you. You can't just sit there and wait for it to get there. You've got to let it happen. You've got a child in spirit, little girl. Just make her nose itch. She hides your shiny stuff. You little bugger. Right, you've got a soulmate around you, which is good. But I see that you need to write stuff down because you're forgetting stuff, and you have got a little bit of OCD. All right. You should be writing this stuff down because you're letting things slide, and it's not like you. Yeah, you are quite hard on yourself. I want to say to you, let go. And karma's going to happen. So the person that's been waiting for karma to happen, it will happen. All right, they will get their comeuppance. Okay. So see the good things about you, because others do, Carol. Believe in yourself. That's absolutely the biggest thing I can say to you right now, is to believe in yourself. And you have Gabriel. You have an important life purpose involving communications and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I'll help you. Okay, so go for it, Carol. It's about time you did. All right. Now, Frank Pratt. Hi. I don't think I read for you. I may have done. I forget. Right. So you've got an older man in spirit. I think he's either a father or a grandfather. But he's making my itch here. Do you have trouble with his head? It's itchy. As a boy as well, that's an itchy ear, isn't it? A little boy in spirit. But I think you've always been aware of him. I think you always had an invisible friend when you was very little, I'm being told. What's a red bike? A red bike that somebody taught you to ride who's there in spirit. There's some training or something, on the job training or something that's going to help you to earn more money. It's coming up, all right? I see that it's like everyone's battering their heads against each other and you want to tell them to stop. It's too much. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. You're all battering your head with your own problems. Sort it out. Yeah? You want doing your nutting. I see that you've got a new beginning, which is good, and a lot of that will be to do with you stabbing yourself in the back with everyone else's problems because you can't fix them. But also I have some pretty good new beginnings, but I've also got you getting a couple of people out of your life, Frank. So this is going to be positive. These people need to come out of your life. So it's time for you to let them go, all right? You keep an eye on your money. Well, your money's improving, so you keep an eye on it, making sure it's all right. But why are you worried what others think of you? I can't see you doing that, but it's like you're worried. There's a darkness that you go into. It's like you go into your own world sometimes. But yeah, you've got a lovely lady or a person around you who's quite loving, and quite centered and quite spiritual, but they don't see the good things behind them. So they don't see the good in the past, and if they spend half the time concentrating on the good things rather than the bad things, they'd feel so much better. All right. You have to stop putting yourself on the cross. You can't. You're not responsible for everything that goes wrong, Frank. All right. Let's find an angel card for you. And we have Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. All right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. I'll leave his love with you. Jade Seeley. Hi. Jade, you got a youngster around you with a sharp tongue, and you are leaving other people's problems behind you, so you are doing okay. You are actually letting other people's problems go, so you're learning. All right. You need to write stuff down. Okay, things are getting too much for you, and I see that there's a new beginning. Now the sun is a lovely new beginning. It's all about, if I could do it all again and know what I know now. Alright, it's all about that new beginning, but a good new beginning, and that's where you are, that's where you're at, okay? It's really good, but I understand you've been cheated on, I understand you struggle with trust, Jade. I get that. Or somebody's upset you, somebody's broken your heart, and you're struggling with trusting people or letting people in. Let people in, alright? They're not all as bad as that. And there is somebody causing trouble behind your back, alright? But you'll find out about it. It's not going to cause you a day's worry. Just let it slide. When it happens, let it slide, alright? Because, fuck it. Hey. But your money's going to be alright. You're checking your bank all the time. You're very, very hard on yourself. Go easy on yourself. You've got absolutely lovely new beginnings. You've got a fella around you, or a person around you with a sharp tongue, who, again, is critical. And that is something you struggle with, but it's not a case of them necessarily being nasty. It's just that they say things the wrong way sometimes. All right, and you're worried about an older man in spirit. Don't worry, okay, he's fine. It's always us that are left here that ain't doing so well. And you've got a youngster around you who's got some ADHD, Asperger's. It's hard work sometimes. But yeah, you're dealing with it, and you've got a soulmate with you have now, or with you will have in the year, isn't quite sure, but yeah, you're going to do fine. All right, so go with what's going on, Jade. You're going to be fine. All right. And we have Isabella. Yes, the timing's right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. All right. I hope that makes sense. Now we have Molly, Nin Cooper's wife. You have to tell me what Nin's short for. I'm really interested. Is that actually your full name? Nicotine. Gets me through. Carol, I have just done your reading. And you can reverse back and watch it. Right. Molly. Molly, you attempted to change things. There's things you need to change in your life. There's things that you need to sort out, alright? So you're ready to do that. I see that you need to not lend money out, okay? There's a warning card that says that if somebody comes to you borrow money, you would give them your last 2p, so it's going to be somebody close. But if you can afford to lose it, that's fine. But if you can't afford to lose it, don't give it, because you will not receive it back, alright? Hope that makes sense. You suffer with depression. Your mood's up and down, and it rises and falls and rises and falls. And some days you're in despair because you're so fed up. but you know what, you're going to be fine. You've come through the worst. You've got the death card, which doesn't mean anyone's going to die. It means that you've come through the worst. You're on an even keel, okay? The worst is behind you now, alright? This is a new beginning now, okay? And I see that you're permanently busy. You don't think you have time to think, and part of that is you're quite stubborn, and you refuse to see good things about you. And I want to say to you, chill out. Go easy on yourself, alright? I see that you've got a soulmate around you, which is good. I also see you're your own worst enemy, so you make life really hard for yourself, Molly. Money's a bit of a mess. You don't know whether it's come and going, been or gone, but it's coming, okay? It will be there. It's just going to take time, okay? And you've got happy times, so you've got a celebration coming up, which is probably when we ease lockdown. But you're very in control of your emotions now. You're much better than you were. That depression is quite harsh. The person you're with is a worker, quite untidy, but yeah, it's absolutely soulmate. And there will be a pregnancy around you, and you kind of like you're in your Geneva position, so you've got people arguing either side of you, and you're trying to kind of sort it out without causing any more grief that's already going on. So it's quite a tough place to be, and I see you're checking the bank all the time, making sure what's in there. So you're keeping an eye on your finances, which is good, because you never used to. For you, we have Serena. I'm the angel of abundance, which I just said. You'll receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. I don't personally believe in God, but I believe in multiple gods. So one of them will make sure you get it. Okay? Right. Gary Graham. Hi, Gary. I hope you're well. Gary, you've got someone around you that you worry about. Either you've got someone around you or it's you yourself. Between 20 and 40, he rushes into things without thinking. Alright, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a little bit of, would have been ADHD in the day. Things that bother, they rush into things, they don't think, they say things that are stupid, and they worry you. It could even be you yourself that's like that. Alright. I see that you like to look after people, you're caring, you're nurturing, and sometimes people don't get that. Sometimes people take advantage of your good nature. I've got that you're trying to put money away, but you're just not very good at it. And you've been cheated on, so you struggle with trust. Whether that's with friends or what, you do struggle with that, and it gets you down, you get quite low in yourself, low mood. You've got worried about an older lady's health. Don't worry, I don't see anything bad happening. And you've got somebody around you who's very spiritual, in terms of a lady who is believes in heaven, or not heaven, but the nature and the earth, but they don't always see good in the past. So the past jumps up and gets them, jumps up and bites them sometimes, and they struggle with that memories. And you've got money improving. Alright, so there's going to be an upgrade in work, or a change of work circumstances, or something that's going to make money better. Alright. And I see that you've got a youngster in your area who's very, very clever. They pick things up and you're like, wow, how do they know that? They're just like Indigo Child. Bang, 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 bang. They just know how to work stuff and know how to do stuff. It's amazing. And I see that the wheel is changing for you. So the Wheel of Fortune is there and it's turning, but you've got to learn to let it turn, alright? So it's like learning to move on, alright? And I see that you don't see the good things of you sometimes, Gary. You don't see that because you're quite stubborn. But money's, you've got a lady around you who will look after money, or a lady who's coming, maybe, if you haven't already got her, who's good with money, who's going to look out for it, alright? And you're very caring, you're a very nurturing person, you look after yours, alright? And I see that you do struggle with trust, I can see that, but you have got people out your life, you've gone through the worst. It's the death of the bad times now. You've done it, alright? You're going to a better place, Gary. Alright? And you have, which goes in with it, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you and protecting you during these changes. Alright, so it's time for you to change. It's time for things to change. Alright, trust in it. Give yourself benefit of doubt. Right, I think I've done it. That's a wrap I've got. So Sheila sits there, bless her, and she writes all your names down because my computer goes up and I don't see anyone's names. So if you've given me a message, I will read it afterwards. I go through and check I haven't missed anyone, because sometimes Sheila doesn't see them. I don't know why. It's this Facebook glitch. We can't work it out. Sometimes she'll see people I don't see, and sometimes I'll see people she doesn't see. So if I haven't given you a message and you did write, I will give you a message as soon as I see it. Okay, so I will work through the list. All right, and I'm sorry I was so busy, and I'm sorry you had to wait so long. But if you go back and rewind, or if you've missed half of it, it's always on the page, and you can always go back in. It's just a case of working out whereabouts you are. It might mean watching 2 hours worth of readings, which is quite boring, I would imagine. Lots of love to everyone. I hope you enjoyed your readings. We are at East Drive on Wednesday, so there'll be no meditation. But if anyone would like to come online and watch us, we're going live, free and interactive at East Drive. So there'll be 4 of us there, and the group basically, and we'll be doing lots of experiments, and there'll be a multi-room CCTV throughout the house as well, so you'll be able to pick up on light anomalies and stuff. So come on and tell us what's going on, because we might not see it. And also the other thing we're going to do is we're going to let you tell us where you want us to go and what you want us to do. So you might want us to go and do table tipping in a room, or you might want us to go and I don't know, we're not allowed to use Ouija boards or spirit boards, but we've got a tapping board, we'll be doing that. We've got dice, spirit dice, so we'll be doing that. So there's lots of stuff we'll be doing. We've got stickmen, we'll be doing that. Letting you watch where you get the little figures come up and stuff on camera. So yeah, it's going to be fun, and it's all night, and that's Wednesday. Okay, and it's the home of the Black Monk of Pontefract, who's a poltergeist. So yeah, it should be interesting. I'm hoping it isn't me that gets ragged up and down the stairs. I hope it's someone else. But yeah, come on and pray that I don't get ragged up the stairs. Okay, because I'll cry. No, I won't. It'll be fun. So come on and see what you see, because you might see more than we see. But always comment, because we'll be watching the comments all night. Okay, so take care and love you lots. And I hope everyone is good. Okay, and we'll see you soon. All right, take care. Love and light to you all. All right, take care. Bye bye.